We are going to solve the equation that you now see on your screen using two different methods. We are going to use GeoGebra, and we are also going to be using WolframAlpha. I'm going to demonstrate how to use both of these applications to solve the equation, and then after we solve both equations, I'm going to compare and contrast them and give you the pros and cons of both applets. The first method we are going to use to solve is WolframAlpha, and this is a fairly new website that just came out in 2009, I do believe, and the website to get to this is www.wolframalpha.com. And once you get to the website, this is the page that you're going to see, and as you can see, there's an information box here, and all I've done is pasted in the equation that we are trying to solve. Once pasted, you can press enter or compute, and this is the result page that will pop up for that algebraic equation. As you can see, there's a tab here that says input. This is the equation that we put in. This is the graph that is created by the algebraic equation that we put in. There's an location for an alternate form, which is 7x plus 1 equals 0, and it even gives you the solution. So if you were to solve for x, the answer would be -1/7. So next we are going to go to the GeoGebra website, which is www.geogebra.org. And upon arriving onto this website, you will notice that this is set up much differently than WolframAlpha is. For example, here you have the input bar down the bottom of your screen, and if you were to put in the entire equation, it would not solve for you and it would not give you an actual answer. So instead, what we have to do here, as you can see, I'm typing in the first part of the equation, the first part of the equal sign, which is the 2x plus 3, and we're going to go ahead and hit enter, and it'll graph that line function for us. And then we can enter in the second, which is -5x plus 2, and key in enter. Whoops, and I typed that in wrong, I apologize. Plus 2, and that'll give us our second line. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the colors on these lines so that they're easier to see which line relates to which function. And unlike the WolframAlpha website, GeoGebra has a lot of tools up here on the toolbar that you can see that can actually be used in studying the graph to look for similarities and differences and compare and contrast to gather more information. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put random points along here with my point tool, which is right here. Then I'm going to come over and grab my angle tool, and I'm just going to measure the angle of this point here. So if I pull this out, this angle equals 142.13 degrees. And this angle looks a lot like this angle. So I'm going to go back to my angle tool, and I'm going to measure the angle that's on the opposite side. And it's showing the reflex angle. So I'm going to go into object properties. I'm going to go to that angle under basic. I'm going to not allow the reflex angle. And it deleted my angle. So let's try that again. There we go. And as you can see, this angle is also equal to 142.13. So we can see that these angles, all four of them, this angle from this angle is a mirror image. This angle from this angle is a mirror image. So you can gather more information about the plots of the graph using GeoGebra than you can with WolframAlpha. WolframAlpha gives you very basic information. It shows you the graph, and you can look at it and at the graph and try to make comparisons, but there's no physical way to actually go in and play with it to see if your assumptions or theories are correct until you get into GeoGebra. And in GeoGebra, you can get in there and play around and get your hands dirty. And because of that, I favor GeoGebra when looking at the functions of lines and plotting out graphs to study a math problem in more detail and to study a graph in more detail. There's a lot more information that can be gained using this.